All right, whiskey people, welcome back. Thanks for watching. This week, I'm going to be trying the Four Roses single barrel for the very first time. All right, so check this out. Hopefully you saw my previous two videos on the small batch. So, hey, it's only right. I believe in being thorough. Gotta be thorough. And like last time, I still got the book, the Four Roses book with the gold foil by my man Al Young. And check this out. Before I get into anything, let me show you guys something on here about why Four Roses is probably the best whiskey brand that's out there now. So in the book here also, this is like a coffee table book, so they got some nice pictures in here. Let me show you two pictures in here. Number one is one of their ads, Times Square, maybe like the 30s or 40s. Yes, Four Roses had an ad in Times Square. That's how big Four Roses was for all the people who don't know. And then look, in this iconic photo, which you've seen a million times before, you know, the person coming back from the war, if you see in there, over their shoulder, which is usually cropped out, is the Four Roses billboard in Times Square. So I think that was pretty cool. I'm not going to show you guys everything for intellectual property, but yeah, you know, respect the game. They go through a lot of their other vintage advertisements, the history, John Paul Jones, how they were involved in the beginning of the Kentucky Derby, all that type of stuff. So if you get a chance, check out Four Roses book. Even got a picture of the original distillery at the back. So in case you haven't watched the previous video, I did a initial review and long-term of the yellow label. I did initial review and long-term of the small batch. Right after I got the yellow label, I got the book. And I read a lot more about the company, and I was like, all right, I got to go through the whole product catalog. So it's only right that I followed up with the single barrel. Before I talk too much about this, let me go ahead and open it up and let it get some air in it. There it is. Let's go ahead and pour out a dram. Completely different topic, but in case y'all get a chance, one of the other whiskey dudes that I like watching all the time is my man, Drams on Deck. If you want to know about your scotch, go check out Drams on Deck. We got something coming up soon. Watch. Y'all going to love this. But anyway, back to the Four Roses. Let's go ahead and let this open up. All right, now I'm going to give you a little bit of the color. Now, so this is what I know about the Four Roses. The Four Roses single barrel, they all use that OESV mash bill. And if you remember from the previous video, I can go ahead and put a graphic up that shows what the mash bill is, as well as, you know, how they do it. 10 different recipes. All the single barrels are OESV. They do have a single barrel store pick program, and then you can pick your particular mash bill, but OESV. So again, I'm expecting very much of that high rye mash bill, which is going to give me the spice, and I'm expecting a lot more of the sweetness. Perfectly balanced, like sweet and spicy, like barbecue ribs. You know, barbecue ribs, you get the spiciness from the rub or whatever meat that's on there, but you get the sweetness from the sauce also. So it goes together. Another thing I like about Four Roses is that they're very upfront about how they make their bourbon. If you look on their website, they do an amazing job of showing you how you could tell where your particular bottle came from. So this bottle here comes from Warehouse RN, barrel number 76 1G. And they tell you on the website specifically what that means. When I did the research, I learned that all the Four Roses single barrels, they go in the barrel at 120 proof. They come out at 100 to go into the bottle. So it took me a long time, like 6 months, to find this particular bottle because I wanted to get a barrel number that starts with either 1 or 2. The way their ricks are, they're 1-floor warehouses. They're racked 6 tall. The higher barrels are gonna lose some water because of the evaporation, whereas the lower barrels are gonna gain on water. So I thought to myself, if I can get one of these barrels from 1 or 2, it's gonna be very little water that got added to it, right? Because if you're going from 120 and you gotta bring it down to 100, you're gonna add water to it. So the ones that have a lot of water already in it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be less cut down. So this one is the 1G. I'm very happy about this. Aside from that, that's all I got. Let me go ahead and go into the nosing. Yeah, so I'm getting the fruit on the nose. It's reminiscent of the small batch. Yeah, all these Four Roses products, I get like this kind of like grassy kind of, which is probably just the rye. Classic bourbon notes, but more floral, which is different. I'm also getting like a brown sugar. So I'm getting brown sugar and I'm getting floral notes. Very much like light fruits. Light fruits, think like pear, peaches, stuff like that. So aside from that, hey, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go on for the taste. Cheers. Okay, mouthfeel is medium. Let me go ahead and get another taste. Okay. So even from the neck pour, I'm already happy with this. This is exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for something that gave me the small batch profile, but amped up. This gives me that pepper. My tongue is tingling. The rye. It gives me that spice on the rye, but you get just enough like fruity sweetness to balance it out. Also, it seems to have a relatively medium finish. Goes down relatively smooth. I like it. I mean, it tastes quality. It tastes quality. This is like around, let's say this is around $45, maybe $40 to $45. 100 proof, single barrel. I think these are aged between 6 to 9 years or something. I think it's quality. I mean, so far, just what I'm getting is, if you like any of the Four Roses, you'll like this one. I think there's a big difference between the yellow label and this as far as taste. You can tell what happens when they add all that water to it. Here, you're getting you're getting a lot of the rye, which if you like high rye whiskeys, then you'll probably like this. Yeah, I think Jim Beam also uses a higher proportion of rye in their mash bill than some of the others. But again, I mean, kind of like I keep telling you guys, it's not just about like getting these unicorn bottles. It's about the journey. So far during the journey, considering how much I like the Wild Turkey stuff, which is high rye mash bill, I mean, it just makes sense that I would probably like the Four Roses stuff, which is like a higher rye mash bill also. But, you know, you got to know what's right for you. This is not for everybody. Maybe you like a lot more sweeter stuff, right? You might like more of those wheaters, like Makers, and I think Buffalo Trace does a good job on the sweeter side. But overall, I think it's good, man. I think it's a solid bourbon. From the neck pour, I would recommend it. I have no regrets for the money that I spend. With this one, I'm watching this amazing thing on Amazon Prime. It's not getting a lot of coverage, which is good, because it means only the thorough dudes is going to know about it. But it's called 000, and it's a scripted drama. But I mean, the production value in this thing is ridiculous. It's basically about the dope game from the perspective of the buyers, the suppliers, as well as like the middlemen. But very well done, good acting. If you get a chance, check out 000. I'm on like episode 2. I think there's 8, so I will be enjoying the Four Roses single barrel while I'm doing that. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.